But on the show tonight on India Matters, I'm starting with what began as a rumor but has now taken on the life of full-fledged speculation and buzz within and outside the Congress party. With Rahul Gandhi missing, is Priyanka Gandhi rising and about to take up an even bigger role within the Congress party? Could she be the Congress chief in the near future? You heard me right, and that's what we're going to be talking about. There are big whispers in the Congress corridors, and Rahul Gandhi has come in for an unprecedented attack from a party that he calls his friend, mentor, and guide. Dr. John Brittas joins me live in a no-holds-barred interview where I'm going to be asking him questions about Rahul and Priyanka. Let's get started with our lead story tonight. There is a quiet but unmistakable murmur inside the Congress right now, and it is growing louder with every minute. A stealthy chorus calling for a bigger, more visible role for Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Now, for a party that has been in a sorry and battered state for years together, this is not idle gossip or kite flying. The idea of a team Priyanka within the Congress flexing muscle is now showing up in columns, in analysis, and in public commentary, not just idle gossip. That alone tells you that something appears to be shifting. Until now, even the suggestion of a contest between the Gandhi siblings, Rahul and Priyanka, was treated as marginal talk. Everyone knows the personal bond between Priyanka and Rahul Gandhi is unquestionable. But politics is not about siblings. It is about outcomes. And Rahul Gandhi today sits on top of a mountain of electoral debris. Defeat after defeat has emboldened his silent critics inside the Congress party to leave suggestions now hanging in the air, suggestions that would earlier have been considered sacrilege. A weakened high command, buffeted by crisis after crisis, has created space now for this never-before expression. Rahul Gandhi's brand of politics has only widened that window of opportunity for Team Priyanka. Fierce likes and dislikes, personal whims, an overwhelmingly negative narrative, foreign vacations, inconsistent belligerence, and a distinct unapproachability within his own party. Into this space steps Team Priyanka, it looks like, projecting an alternative leadership style that is almost the mirror opposite. While Rahul Gandhi confirms his critics' worst opinions by bunking Parliament this month and scooting off to Germany on what looked like a semi-work visit, Priyanka Gandhi delivered a polished, eye-catching speech in Parliament. More importantly, she shifted the mood for the first time in years. Sipping chai, smiling, chatting with Narendra Modi, Rajnath Singh, Om Birla and others, she bridged an otherwise impossibly acrimonious divide between the two political sides. Skeptics are right to say that viral smiles and charming chai diplomacy do not entirely make a leader. But in an opposition ecosystem that has been dark, confused, and ill-tempered, Priyanka has shown, if nothing else, that it is possible to change gears. Once seen as a Brahmastra, later dulled by electoral dust, the renewed chorus for Priyanka only underlines how desperate the Congress is for a new rallying point. Comparisons with Indira Gandhi certainly do not hurt. The real question is this: can the rise of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, if it happens, happen without Rahul Gandhi ceding space and conceding that his leadership has consistently failed? As siblings, perhaps that is workable without knives out. With him as a philosopher ideologue, happy with his obscurities, while Priyanka rebuilds the organization as an earthy, approachable leader with genuine people connect. As 2026 approaches and big state elections loom, the more uncomfortable question is whether the Congress is even capable of thinking that far ahead.
From a reluctant and reticent politician to leading the Congress charge. As Rahul Gandhi dashed off to Germany mid-session, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was seen leading from the front. Whether it was her passive-aggressive speech during the Vande Mataram debate, where she made emphatic points with a smile,
वंदे मातरम के स्वरूप पर सवाल उठाना एक संविधान विरोधी मंशा को भी उजागर करता है.
Or leading the Congress protests outside Parliament from pollution to Manrega to alleged misuse of agencies against her family. It's been a Priyanka show all the way. Was it just Priyanka filling in space left by Rahul? Or is there a larger play? There are now voices for a bigger role for Priyanka Gandhi Vadra.
प्रियंका गांधी को प्रधानमंत्री बनाए तो वो आपको लगता है मुखर रूप से बात रखे?
मुखर रूप से नहीं, जवाब दे करके आएंगी. प्रियंका गांधी है वो इंदिरा गांधी की पोती है. वो ऐसा जवाब देगी, दिमाग ठीक कर देगी.
Her husband Robert Vadra too pitching in.
She's working hard, and I think she has a promising future. And I think Priyanka is bringing up all the things that people of the country would like to talk about.
The BJP sees this chorus as a vote of no confidence in Rahul's leadership.
राहुल गांधी को ना अब जनमत हासिल है, ना संगत हासिल है, ना समर्थन जनपद हासिल है.
While some may be tempted to pitch it as sibling rivalry, the duo shares a warm, cordial and picture-perfect camaraderie. But still, a string of losses under Rahul and his absence at key moments has led to Priyanka chorus within the Congress. Priyanka's own political track record, however, is patchy. Congress came in a cropper in UP 2002 under her leadership. Her spirited Ladki Hu Lad Sakti Hu campaign only translated to 2 seats out of 403 for Congress. Despite being a backroom planner and a star campaigner for the party, Priyanka has not made a notable impact to Congress fortunes, whether it's Delhi, Haryana or Bihar. She took the political plunge in 2024, contesting Wayanad and winning by over 4 lakh votes. But again, a safe seat vacated by Rahul. But she has her strengths. While Rahul is being described as unapproachable, underprepared speaker and more of a confrontationist, who now even allies are openly questioning, Priyanka is a natural speaker, an approachable and amenable leader, who's good at striking a rapport even with her rivals, as was seen recently in her meet with Nitin Gadkari and at the Speaker's team meet, where she smilingly shared the frame with Prime Minister Modi and Rajnath Singh. Is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra set for a bigger role? Watch this space. NDTV Bureau Report.
And to be absolutely clear, while we report this story very, very responsibly, there is no rift within the Congress. There is no open bickering or contest between the team Priyanka and team Rahul, and certainly not between Rahul and Priyanka themselves. But this is the sense we're getting, that there could be some kind of a contest ahead and a ceding of space. The big questions I'm asking tonight before we jump into our debate on India Matters. Number one, is there a Rahul camp versus Priyanka Gandhi camp in the Congress? Very basic first question. Question number two, is the clamour growing for Priyanka Gandhi simply to take charge, no ifs or buts, but to lead the Congress party? Number three, will Rahul Gandhi cede space, or will he need to cede some space to his sister for her to take on any new role? Number four, crucial question that not a lot of people are asking, will Sonia Gandhi, the matriarch, permit greater space for Priyanka? Because so far the sense has been that she is responsible for Rahul Gandhi enjoying all of the limelight in the Congress party. Number five, is Priyanka Gandhi the last hope of a faltering Congress, or is that how she's being perceived right now? And finally, does Priyanka have what it takes to revive a Congress party that is desperately in need of repair and overhaul? Let's go straight to our guests tonight. Very happy to be joined by Swati Chaturvedi, author and senior journalist, who begins a column on NDTV today. And coincidentally, it is on this very topic where she talks about how an unapproachable Rahul may have to cede some space to a rising Priyanka Gandhi. Welcome, Swati. Tehseen Poonawalla is a political analyst, supports the Congress party, knows the Vadras very well, and has a strong opinion on what Priyanka Gandhi's role ought to be. Dr. Akriti Bhatia is a political analyst as well, speaks in support of the Congress party. Welcome, Akriti. And Shazia Ilmi, national spokesperson of the BJP on India Matters for the first time. Welcome, Shazia. Good to see all of you. Swati, I'm going to kick it off with you. Is this real? Is this a real churn that's taking place within the Congress party, where people are speaking of the possibility of Priyanka Gandhi taking some kind of a leadership role?
Clearly, it's real shit because every other channel is doing a Me Too after NDTV. After we broke the story today, every other single channel is saying that, this is what is going on. But, the Congress party, I mean, forget about the outside world. The Congress party currently needs a healing touch. The Congress party needs a kinder, gentler person. Just to quote from my column on NDTV.com today, I quoted a very senior politician who told me himself that, how Rahul Gandhi announced something to him and just walked off, gave a diktat and walked off. So Rahul Gandhi is clearly not the kind of leader that the Congress party at its lowest point actually needs. It needs a kinder, gentler touch. It needs to be revived. And the Congress party itself feels that at the moment that, they cannot look at Rahul Gandhi and, feel very confident. They're looking for new leadership. And if it can only be Gandhi leadership, then clearly it's Priyanka Gandhi.
Tehseen, you've spoken elaborately and consistently about wanting Priyanka Gandhi to have a larger role. Is it that simple? Has something shifted within the Congress party in the last few days in the winter session of Parliament?
Good evening, Shiv. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Good evening to all my fellow panelists and to all your viewers. Let me put it in 2 ways. I firmly believe that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is the best orator Congress has in Parliament, simply because she's bilingual. She speaks exceedingly well both in English and in Hindi. She also has the ability to think in Hindi. She's effortlessly charming, and that was seen from the images of hers when the Honourable Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Om Birla ji, hosted the tea party when the Honourable Prime Minister of India was present. So she had the government on the mat on present issues, which is great for Indian democracy. But after that, they were smiling, sharing a cup of tea. And in the words of Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, "Matbhed hona chahiye, manbhed nahi hona chahiye." And Shiv, how badly India needs bridges to be built. We can't be this polarizer nation at this time. So I see a lot of maturity, gravitas, and decency within her. Does that mean Rahul Gandhi ji does not have a space? No. In politics, 1 plus 1 is not 2, 1 plus 1 is 11. And if Rahul Gandhi ji can have the moral leadership, Priyanka Gandhi ji can also have her leadership, and both of them can be a force multiplier. In Indian politics, be it Nehru ji or Patel ji, later on Atal ji or Advani ji, Modi ji or Amit Shah ji, Manmohan Singh ji or Sonia Gandhi ji, you may agree, disagree with them. But as a team, Indian politics works, and I think 1 plus 1 will always be 11 in Indian politics.
But Tehseen, I want to talk some specifics. Swati, we're fixing your audio. I hear there's a little bit of a glitch over there. Okay, Swati, we've got your audio fixed. I want to talk some specifics before I go to Shazia and Akriti. Is what kind of role is this buzz really about? Is this, Priyanka Gandhi as a general secretary in charge of the organization? Is she, is this about a party president? Is it about a leadership in Parliament? Are there specific things being talked about on the table, Swati?
Yes, Shiv. See, the thing is that the Congress organization currently is in shambles. And the man responsible for that is K.C. Venugopal, who is the closest man to Rahul Gandhi. Now, K.C. Venugopal's dream job is that of Kerala Chief Ministerial face at this moment. So, ideally he'd like to go there. But he's not going to be vacating that space unless he gets drafted for that role. But we have to understand that the Congress party is in a shambolic state. The organization is in a pathetic state. They are really suffering for want of funds. And they can't even fight elections properly. So where Priyanka Gandhi comes in, she would be that Rahul Gandhi, as we all know, he's been in politics for at least 20 years. He likes to set the agenda. He likes to, have a very sort of visceral, personal animosity towards the Prime Minister and take the Prime Minister on. So he's more of an ideologue currently for the Congress party. Or, as he went on the Bharat Jodo Yatra, Priyanka is somebody who understands politics better, who knows how to do day-to-day politics. Like when we just talked about the Tea Party. Now there was Gaurav Gogai present, there was Deepinder Hooda present, but they all gracefully conceded space to her. Just a 12-month MP. So, her acceptability in the party is very high. This is a party which is currently in a very tragic state. So, it needs somebody like Priyanka Gandhi 24/7 to kind of, how does an opposition become an opposition to heal the party from within? Like, if you remember, Mamata Banerjee has taken on Narendra Modi with full animosity. But even then, the Kurta exchange, political courtesies continued. In a democracy, your rival is not your enemy.
One of the
Priyanka
one of the most viral images, Shazia, bringing you in on this, the most viral image this parliament season has been that chai pe charcha. At a time when most of our politics is defined by, as Tehseen said, a lot of acrimony and hostility, it was just unusual, maybe a little pleasant to see rival parties sit across, have a cup of chai, smile, some pleasantries being exchanged, which was a reminder of a different time. How do you see this? How do you see all this talk of Priyanka Gandhi's rise, Rahul Gandhi having to, make some space, etc., Shazia?
So first of all, I mean, you're right. The pictures that we saw indeed were very pleasant. And we've had this daggers drawn situation for the longest period. So it was nice to see some kind of bonhomie. And a lot of people would like to see that. So indeed, it is very encouraging. But, you instead of talking about Priyanka, who, of course, was given a very tough task in UP in 22 elections, who could not do much. But I mean, I don't even blame her because it was really a non-starter to begin with. But I would never be able to, I mean, I totally disagree with the previous speaker. I mean, nobody can think of Rahul Gandhi as an ideologue. That's the last word that would come to my mind. I'm not saying he's a demagogue, but he's definitely not an ideologue. That's one. Two, of course, any Gandhi would have a lot of access to everybody and would have a lot of, would be endeared by all of Congress cadres because that is the adhesive that kind of glues the party together. So it's hardly a surprise that Priyanka would get along with everybody and they would like her. Now, for the life of me, I can't understand that the grand old party, the party that has been around, that is indeed in a very fragile state of being, precariously placed after 11 states, just 10 years back, reduced to 3. In the last decade alone, half of his MLAs, the total number of MLAs have halved literally in the last 10 years. So in this state of being, I don't know whether another Gandhi sibling is the answer. And it just goes on to show the total lack of imagination that the Congress cadres have, that the people have, and the expectations from the Congress party, which would keep coming around to orbiting around the Gandhi family. Yeah, so it's indeed very sad. I would not like to just look at Priyanka, though definitely, if there was a choice, if I were to choose, though I'm a nobody, no locus standa on this issue. But yeah, Priyanka definitely. She's far more pleasant, she's affable.
Yeah. No, it's interesting that you mentioned that it shows a lack of options or a lack of imagination because Swati also in a column mentions, as we all know, that people like Sachin Pilot's names had been doing the rounds for a long time. But he has apparently indicated that he is interested in staying in Rajasthan. We'll come to the point about ideologues, etc. in just a moment. But Akriti, I want to bring you in. All of this talk of Priyanka is not coming from nowhere. It's coming from somewhere. It's coming from within the party. Commentators are not pulling this out of their hats, right? There is something going on within the Congress party where this kite flying is taking place, which is also an indication that there is maybe an internal recognition, maybe some kind of a tipping point that Rahul Gandhi simply doesn't cut it. He's not going to be able to bring the Congress back to power on his own steam and under his own leadership.
Shiv, I beg to differ here. Simply because there's a huge misdirection which is happening here where complementarity is seen as competition. That's one. It's really the wrong positioning of rivalrous relations, which on the other hand is excellent teamwork, is how I see it.
Fair enough.
And the reason why I'm saying it is that you do not measure politics only through electoral outcomes, and I'm not in any way saying that elections or electoral politics and democracy is anything less. But there are so many more important aspects also of raising the difficult questions, which I think is making the ruling party very uncomfortable. Elections, again, is an outcome and function of many more things apart from leadership. It's about media amplifications, it's about money, muscle power, and so many other things. And of course, Congress needs to kind of step up on cadre building, on organizational work. But then what I see is that Rahul is raising macro issues such as about institutions, about economy, about inequality, about monopolies. And I think calling these issues as anything less important is really something very shameful. These are very important issues of national interest, and they're rightly being raised.
I think
Priyanka, on the other hand,
goes to the point of what Swati is saying about ideologue, because these are all fine ideas, but they're not striking a chord
I
with
just want to
voters.
come in because I think I'm the only speaker from the BJP.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
Short rebuttal, Shazia, on that.
Akriti, who's a spokesperson for Congress, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely fine. But you actually think Rahul Gandhi is some kind of an ideologue, somebody who says India is a dead economy? I mean, anybody would take him seriously. Any Indian would want to have faith in him after what he said. So, I mean, come on. This is, to lead the country and economy being an important part.
He never said economy is dead.
I heard you. I'm answering every question of yours. I'm answering. As for economy, I mean, probably
reaching millions of people.
But economy, our Indian economy is doing. One moment, Akriti. You don't have to believe everything that Rahul says. India is not a dead economy. It's the fastest growing economy.
Please correct your facts. It was Donald Trump who said India was a dead economy, which everybody condemned.
Okay. Doesn't mean that you're right. You need to read up more if you want to call yourself a political analyst. And if you want to be Congress,
let's not get personal about this.
Shazia ji, please, I'm sorry, but you are raising wrong facts.
Talking about facts here, Imran Masood.
No, it's a view.
It's not a BJP person. So the chorus is rising within the ranks, so to speak. And there is a need for complementarity or competition.
Before I go to Tehseen, I see you raising your hand. I'm coming to you, and I have a specific question. I want to sort of move away from the ideologue question, because that part is a bit of a quibble. We can argue about that endlessly, because Akriti is right when she says that Rahul Gandhi does raise all these macro issues, which goes to the point about him being an ideologue, even though Shazia disagrees. But I completely disagree with Akriti when she says, not everything can be measured by outcomes in an election. For God's sake, it has to be measured by your outcomes in an election. How else are you going to impose your ideology and the things you want to do for the people? So this whole romanticization of election losses must end. The Congress needs to have a tiger-like killer instinct if it wants to take on the era of Modi. Before I come back to all of you, and I can see you raising your hands, I want to do a quick SWOT analysis of Rahul versus Priyanka. Both well-known figures, both members of parliament, both members of the Gandhi Parivar. Break down for you first Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's political strengths, weaknesses, and more. Strengths: strong communication skills, especially compared to Rahul Gandhi, with calm and persuasive delivery. She is unfluttered. Ability to attack the government without aggression or triggering any kind of backlash or controversy. Widely perceived, as was proven recently in Parliament, as accessible and amenable. Positive cross-party engagement, builds rapport beyond the Congress as well. Gandhi name with a fresher, more acceptable public persona. Her weaknesses, of course: limited electoral track record compared to senior leaders, self-imposed reluctance to take the center stage, thanks in no small part to her brother. Organizational control remains practically non-existent, if inconsistent, often overshadowed by Rahul Gandhi's own position in the party, not yet seen as a mass mobilizer across state. Opportunities: rising demand within the Congress for alternative leadership style. There's a fatigue with Rahul Gandhi and a recognition that he simply doesn't have it to bring the Congress back in a big way. There's space for her to emerge as the party's soft power face in Parliament, can bridge gaps with disaffected senior leaders, potential role in organizational or strategic decision-making, ability to lead opposition coordination and outreach. The threats: internal resistance from existing power centers, most notably the Rahul Gandhi inner circle. The risk of being projected as symbolic rather than as a decision maker. Comparisons, obviously, with Rahul Gandhi may create factionalism. Like I said, the Priyanka and Rahul camps, and high expectations could turn into very quick disappointment, like the UP misadventure a few years ago. Dynasty politics tag will always be weaponized by the BJP. I want to go back to Tehseen now. Tehseen, we've talked about Priyanka, but One point that keeps coming up in the comparison between these two leaders, Swati talks about it in her column, I've seen it mentioned in some other debates as well, is the idea of approachability. That Rahul Gandhi is simply not approachable, he's not amenable, he has fierce likes and dislikes, people can't get through to him. So an entire generation of Congress politicians feel very discontented and upset with Rahul Gandhi's style of functioning, and they see Priyanka as a far more suitable sort of person, a people's leader in that sense.
Shiv, I'm not aware of how Sri Rahul Gandhi ji, the Honorable Leader of Opposition's office functions. I have never sought of the Congress, so I'm not aware of it. But I have seen Srimati Priyanka Gandhi Vadra closely in 2 or 3 places. And I remember this one incident. If you allow me, I'd like to share it with your viewers. It was Amethi where a poet was contesting against Rahul Gandhi ji in the elections. And he had got all these people from outside and they were shouting the poet's name and saying Zindabad, Zindabad. And our security convoy was going. She saw these people. She immediately knew they were outsiders. She stopped the car and she went up to them. And she asked them, "Aap log bahar se aaye ho, aapko kuch chahiye, koi vyavastha karo, aapko chai, pani." And suddenly they forgot the candidate they were campaigning for. And they're taking selfies with her. 2014 selfies had just become a thing. And that's the way she charmed people. And she also made the point that they were outsiders. Another quick point, even in this debate on Vande Mataram, when she said, Speaker Mohdaya, आपके अनुमति से आप एक दिन allot कर दीजिए, नेहरू जी को जितना भी विपक्ष सरकार को नेहरू जी के बारे में टिप्पणी करनी है कर दे, उसके बाद हम वर्तमान मुद्दों पर बात करेंगे. And she has that wit and that charisma, and she's on her feet continuously. Yeah. So I hope that works because the Congress needs that. And I do agree strongly with what you said, Shiv. Any change that I want to make, I have to be in government. I am not in the business of running NGOs. For the viewers of NDTV, there's an NGO wala running Bangladesh. See what he's done to Bangladesh. NGOs can't run countries. Political parties are meant to run countries.
No, 100%. The Congress and its supporters, Akriti, full respect to you, must stop being apologetic about wanting power. This game is about power. Let's make no mistake about it. Swati, charm, charisma, these are very useful things in a political battlefield, but they can only take you so far. So the question now is, does Priyanka, with her limited experience, we don't know what she has, have it in her to do something as onerous as rebuild a Congress party that is in tatters? Swati? Swati, you're on mute. Swati, you're on mute.
No, can you hear me now? I'm not on mute. Okay, so that's an excellent and probably the biggest question today, Shiv, because she has flattered to deceive many times. If you remember when she joined politics, the whole Brahmastra thing turned out to be a dud. Then she said, should I contest against Modi? Then she didn't. Then, she went to jail one day for that, in that rape case. She, did a public, sit-in in Delhi. But then she just, sort of hangs back. Now, whether that reluctance is because she doesn't want to overshadow her brother, or it's that, she can't fully commit to having a bigger political persona, or she lacks the appetite for power, because you're absolutely right that, you cannot romanticize defeat in electoral democracy. You cannot. You are there as a political party, you exist to win elections.
Yeah.
So, this Priyanka's flattering to deceive again and again also has put a big question mark within the Congress party. Whether she has that appetite. Because, see, Rahul Gandhi has lost 3 general elections. The Congress clearly needs an alternative. But the country will take Priyanka Gandhi seriously only when she categorically takes control herself. She cannot do these periodic guest appearances like Parliament or a sit-in or a jail or should I contest against Modi. She has to categorically say, look, I'm in it to win it. That's it.
Yeah. No, and the problem is, and Akriti, this is a point that I'll get you to respond on, is that Rahul Gandhi, despite literally being leader of the opposition, having been president of the party, vice president of the party before that, hasn't been able to shake off this entire cameo approach. He still does things on his own rhythm. He still goes away whenever he wants. In a short while from now, I have an interview with a very close ally of the Congress party who's openly criticizing him, saying what business did he have flying off to Germany when he should have been here fighting for the Manrega issue. But I want to also point your attention to Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, who who never hesitates to take on the Congress and especially the Gandhis, in this recent comment during the heat of election season, he said something very specific about the Congress party. Just listen to this and then I'll come back. It has everything to do with what we're talking about.
गंभीरता के साथ कहता हूं, आज कांग्रेस मुस्लिम लीगी माओवादी कांग्रेस यानी एमएमसी बन गई है। ये कांग्रेस मुस्लिम लीगी माओवादी कांग्रेस है, ये एमएमसी है। और कांग्रेस का पूरा एजेंडा अब इसी पर चलता है और इसलिए अब कांग्रेस के भीतर भी एक अलग धड़ा पैदा हो रहा है जो इस नेगेटिव पॉलिटिक्स से असहज है। ये जो कांग्रेस के नामदार हैं, ये जिस रास्ते पर कांग्रेस को लेकर चल रहे हैं, इसके प्रति घोर निराशा, घोर नाराजगी अंदर ही अंदर पनप रही है। और मुझे तो आशंका है, हो सकता है कि आगे कांग्रेस का एक और बड़ा विभाजन हो।
Shazia, the Prime Minister was, of course, speaking, presumably in reference to people like Shashi Tharoor and others who've been, openly sort of defiant of the party line. But it comes in the context of what we're talking about right now as well. He prophesies that, there will be an implosion or a split in the Congress party. What we're talking about right now, does it have anything to do with that, do you think?
Shiv, it is inevitable. There has been such ideological ambiguity. You see, Rahul Gandhi has been missing in action. You see the allies. You heard what Uddhav Thackeray had to say today itself. You know what Akhilesh thinks about him. You know what benefits he reaped or brought to RJD with his presence or absence. I don't know which one to choose between the two words. So there is Congress seems to be stuck. It is in a warp, so to speak, and there is a total lack of consistency, clarity, or any agenda. I totally agree with Prime Minister, and this is very important, the negative leadership. You just look at the last 10 years and just think of what Rahul Gandhi had to say. Not one positive idea, governance related. It's only been negative, and totally negative. So I think, and there are people in the Congress party, I've been a former journalist and I know some about this. There is this rancor in the ranks. So it is just not pro-Priyanka. And you just see what happened. Post-Operation Sindoor, the first session, the people who were part of that whole multi-party setup when they were sent to different countries to talk about Operation Sindoor, how Manish Tiwari and Shashi Tharoor were kept away. So clearly Rahul Gandhi and his team feels the need to punish those who are sharp, smart, and who mean business. So clearly there is something going on there that it's a self-hurting kind of a strategy.
Okay, Akriti wants to respond to you. Go ahead, Akriti. Also on the issue of negativism is an important point because Priyanka, while she does echo many of the quote-unquote negativist ideas that Rahul Gandhi has, she does represent a kind of fresher, more positive, more optimistic kind of face of the Congress party. That cannot be denied, Akriti.
Of Honorable Prime Minister you just showed. Would you call that positive? That's my question to the entire panel and to you. When you're calling a party as Maoist, when you're calling a party as a Muslimi, whatever, I mean, I feel sorry to hear that. There are so many issues that the country is grappling with, and by responding to or actually making us know about all the positive work that you've done, by constantly attacking the party and its leadership in this way, you call that as very positive. And when Rahul Gandhi does any kind of you're saying that you can't be aggressive. The PM, the Home Minister, they can be very aggressive. They can.
No, I'm not saying he can't be.
Nehru and everybody. No, so the point here is very, very central. When you are raising issues about the country's economy and all, you can't call it. Most of the Hindus are getting affected. If you look at the unemployment rates, this job security, and you're talking about ideological, ambiguity, I think think it's a very, very ideologically clear. That's what I was reiterating again and again. There's ideological clarity in Congress, but there is there's not proper vote conversion happening. But democracy progress this way. That vote, issues are raised and then they become vote getters. That's why
vote conversion is going to be.
You can't say that you're pro-poor and you dismantle Manrega. And who's saying that Manrega is not? I think Congress has been.
And yet, Akriti, Rahul Gandhi was in Germany when he should have been here, hammering that point.
Exactly these very issues.
Hammering that point. That's the point I'm making.
It's a world
point I'm making. He's in Germany talking to some schools, riding a BMW bike when he should have been here hammering that point.
But he is raising the issues in today's globally connected world.
For God's sake, it was the Trinamool Congress that was fighting the Manrega issue in Parliament. It wasn't even the Congress party. The BJP had a huge smile on its face because the Congress abandoned the fight. That is the point. Okay, Swati wants to respond to you. Swati, you're on mute again for some reason.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, Shiv, all I want to tell Akriti is that, Rahul, optics matter, and Rahul is perceived as a nabab of negativity currently. All he does is, there is no positive agenda that he ever lays out for the Congress. The Congress is a natural party of governance, the oldest party in the country, which has been in government for decades. Yet you have a leader who is literally the nabab of negativity. His one and only agenda is rubbishing the country. And, that does not work with the voter. So don't talk about voter connect and voter conversion. All you're doing
30 seconds. I've got 30 seconds left there since you raised your hand.
Just one quick point. By raising questions.
Okay, just two quick.
It's not against the country. Sorry.
Okay, Tehseen, final point. 20 seconds.
Just 2 quick points. Number one, if we have to win the elections, I do want to contest 2029 and I know I'll be in parliament irrespective of whichever political party. I must give a positive message and I must tell the people what I will do to improve their lives. It can't be what is wrong currently. I already know what's wrong. Therefore, I want to contest against the incumbent and defeat the BJP. But I have to give a positive message. It can't be a negative message. That message must be contemporary and in tune with today's aspirations.
Okay. Is Priyanka Gandhi going to be that messenger? Is the question I'm going to leave hanging in the air. We don't know. We will not presume to advise the Congress party. Let's not forget that the Congress party may be bruised and battered, but it commands 20% of the country's vote. It's the second largest party in the country, and there is no anti-Modi front without the Congress party. Let's be very, very clear about what politics looks like going into 2026. Shazia, Akriti, Swati and Tehseen, grateful. Thank you very much for your time tonight on India Matters. Well, this is extraordinary because of who it is coming from. Rahul Gandhi, who has long treated the CPIM, the Communist Party of India Marxist leadership, as ideological mentors and political elders, has just been publicly tongue-lashed by the party's most prominent parliamentarian. The charge is very blunt, that Rahul Gandhi's decision to fly off to Germany at a moment when the opposition needed to be rallied, the secular forces, so-called secular forces needed to be rallied in parliament, shows callousness and unseriousness. Remember, the Communist Party of India Marxist, the CPM, reserves its fiercest attacks on the Congress only in Kerala, where their rivalry is structural and bitter at the local level. It has never made Rahul Gandhi himself a public target. That line has now been crossed, and that tells you how deep the frustration inside the India alliance has become. The anger stems from a growing recognition that despite a long trail of political failures, Rahul Gandhi simply refuses to course correct, refuses humility, and continues to call shots in the country's second largest party. A party that must fire if the Narendra Modi era is to be challenged at all. As 2026 approaches, it is clear the knives are no longer hidden. Your comments on Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi have obviously gained a lot of media prominence, understandably so, Dr. Brittas. I'd like to start off with that comment you've made about Rahul Gandhi, where you've said that, the secular forces should be uniting under the opposition in parliament, whereas Rahul Gandhi has been abroad and not for the first time, and you are quite angry and upset about that. Tell us why, Dr. Brittas.
Shiv, It's not that I am very angry about it. It was a desire that when crucial piece of legislation like Vikasit Bharat Ji Ramji, which we consider as a second assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, is being bulldozed in Parliament along with other crucial bills like insurance and nuclear. We expected the opposition leader to lead the India Alliance or the opposition rank and file. That was an expectation and a desire.
Yeah.
But having said that, it is up to Rahul Gandhi and his party to decide whether he needs to be in Parliament or he needs to be elsewhere. But the sum and substance is that the message we send across to the people of this country, whether the opposition is serious with regard to its reservation or agitation, people may look at the presence of people like Rahul Gandhi ji, because that would be motivating, inspiring a lot of people. And it's not my opinion alone. I feel that many in the opposition rank and file, many in the India Alliance leadership felt that Rahul Gandhi's presence would have been much more effective in checkmating or at least depicting the act of the government as something which is trampling on the rights of the poor people of this country. That's all what I said about it.
Yes. Yeah, no, when I said anger, I of course meant anger as an ally and disappointment over him not being there. But Dr. Brittas, your work speaks for itself. And as a serious ally of the Congress party, my question to you would then be, with Rahul Gandhi, away from Parliament in Germany, in what appears to be, like you rightly said, it is his prerogative to travel abroad. But this visit does not appear to have been an urgent or a critical visit, based on what is happening domestically in the country at this point of time. To allies like yourself, Dr. Brittas, does the signal go out from from Rahul Gandhi and the leadership of the Congress that he is not serious about opposition unity and taking up the big issues? Is that what it is, that he is not serious?
Shiv, I am not anybody to cast aspersions on the integrity or seriousness of the opposition leader. But having said that, I need to supplement what I opined earlier. First of all, the calendar of the winter session is known to anybody and everyone.
Yes.
The winter session this time started a little late. That's the only difference. Otherwise, the calendar is explicit for anybody to understand that. So even ordinary members like us, normal functionaries of political parties, plan our program according to the calendar of the Parliament session. So I feel that the opposition leader would have looked at the calendar, and in all fairness and fitness, he should have been in Parliament to lead the opposition, because the presence of Rahul ji motivates us, motivate the entire opposition in obviously much more than anybody else's presence. So it's not, I am nobody to him in question whether he is serious with his work, or I cannot cast any aspersions on. And I don't even know, whether his assignments in Germany was much more important than the Parliament session, because it is up to him and his political party to look about it. But I'm seeing from the angle of the people of this country. Let me just tell you that this second assassination of Mahatma Gandhi in the form of Ji Ramji, if I recollect it, it would have been the biggest assault on the people of this country in the history of India's independence. At that juncture, the presence of Rahul Gandhi would have made so much of difference to us.
Dr. Brittas, my third question to you then is that, Rahul Gandhi has made no secret of his closeness and his affinity to your party's leadership. Sitaram Yechuri was someone he considered a mentor. The current leaders are also people whose views he subscribes to and is seen to be close to as well. I wonder whether, is there any conversation that happens, because within the Congress party, nobody appears to be telling him what his priorities should be vis-a-vis Parliament. Does anyone from your party advise him, sir? I'm not saying that it is your prerogative to do so, but since Rahul Gandhi has considered many of your leaders as mentors, should that not be happening then?
Shiv, I mean, I'm sorry that I cannot elaborate on my statement further because Congress Party is the largest opposition party and they are leading the India Alliance Party and I'm a humble functionary of a political party and just to comment on the inverted comma seriousness of another leader of another political party and
I understand.
And all these things, of course, I think it's not, I mean, fair on my part to do that. But yeah, I would have certainly agreed about the fact that, I mean, his presence would have made a lot of difference. Yeah. And further, the last day, that was something which was of a bit of concern to us. When I talk in terms of concern, the Tea Party hosted by the speaker and the presence of Priyanka ji, I think it was not a good message to the people of this country. Just after a couple of hours, when these bills were bulldozed, see, it was on the wee hours of that day only, I mean, the bills were bulldozed. Yeah. And the next spectacle, the scene is that there is a huge banter between opposition leaders and the Prime Minister. This is something which the people of this country will not digest. And I have been speaking against that. And for comparatively lesser significant issues, we have boycotted such ceremonial tea party. For example, last monsoon session, we stayed away from the tea party, saying that we were not given a chance to discuss SIR. The last budget session, even the last winter session, charging the Home Minister of this country, insulting Ambedkar ji, we stayed away from the ceremonial tea party compared to all those occasions. This occasion was much more profound, significant and important for the sustenance, survival of 50 crore people of this country. So, what is the message we are passing across the nation? That is a question that is very big in the mind of people like us.
Dr. Bitta's final question then, 2025, I hope you can hear me, that the year 2025 is over. 2026 is a year with many elections, including in your state as well. Of course, the permutations of the India Alliance differ slightly when it comes to your state. But asking about the big picture of the health of the India Alliance, are you confident that the integrity of the India Alliance will prevail? There have been many cracks in the coalition, as we've seen in the recent past, some setbacks as well. How do you see the India Alliance in 2026, sir?
Shiv, I can tell you, even when the India Alliance parties came together, we had our serious difference of opinion at the state level. You may recollect that in 2004, left parties extended support to the Congress party, that is Dr. Manmohan Singh government. Our 60 MPs supported them. Though we had defeated the Congress party nominees and came to parliament. But we have been steadfast in our position against BJP to keep away BJP. But I'm afraid that some of the state units of the Congress party, are they sincere about that? For example, the Congress party in Kerala, their one-point agenda is to attack the left parties, to dislodge the government. I haven't seen a Congress leader uttering a word against the BJP in Kerala. Even during this session, just concluded session, the UDF MPs have been agitating inside the parliament and outside the parliament. That was just to attack the left parties. They have not even uttered a word against the BJP. So these sort of actions from the part of Congress party will not be doing good for the India Alliance. I can say that much. Having said that, I can tell you, obviously there have been a lot of difference of opinion amongst the India Alliance partners. And the responsibility of holding together this alliance is much more on the Congress party and the Congress leadership. I had an opportunity to tell the Congress leadership, including Madam Sonia Gandhi in Rajya Sabha, that the position being taken by the leaders from the Kerala are reckless and that will not help the unity of the India Alliance partners. I had formally communicated to her also.
Dr. John Brittas, always a pleasure speaking to you, sir. Thank you for your frank and fair views here on NDTV. We look forward to having you back with us again. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shiv. Thank you very much. Okay.